Hello, everybody, and today I'm doing my top 5 animated Supermans. So I'm doing my favorites, and with the honor of Superman coming out this July, we might as well talk about each animated incarnation of Superman, starting from 5 all the way to 1. So, number 5 for me is the Tomorrowverse Superman, played by Darren Criss. Sorry if I said his name wrong, but he's really good as Superman. I feel the younger Superman in his voice. He's got the charisma, the compassion as Superman. And he also played the Earth 2 version of Superman in like the Justice Society and the Crisis on Infinite Earths movies. And his bond with Lois Lane is really good, even though it was only really explored in the Man of Tomorrow movie. And, of course, I think the Crisis movies at like the very end. But this Superman was definitely a lot of fun. Like, he appears a lot in the movies, and he also has a good bond with Kara, Supergirl. Like, you get some animated series vibes with this Superman. He also has a good relationship with the Justice League as they are formed. We do see that in Crisis on Infinite Earths. But it would have been interesting if we saw, like, this Superman team up with Batman, like show how they met. That's the one issue I have with the Tomorrowverse. I'm sure if you've watched it, you probably have those same issues too. But this Superman is definitely a lot of fun for sure. I like the with his style. Like it has a mix of modern Superman and a mix of classic Superman. And so with Darren Criss playing Superman, he definitely still has that voice when it comes to Superman. I honestly would picture him as a younger Superman, even if it was live action or animated. So, but for number 4, we get the New 52 Superman. So this is not the comic one, this is the movies. So this one's played by Jerry O'Connell, originally played by Alan Tudyk in Justice League War. But this Superman is definitely an interesting Superman. I like that style of his costume. It's like it does look like the New 52 Superman. And yeah, this Superman's a bit older, but that's cool about this Superman. Like, he's an experienced Superman who does form the Justice League. And he first goes through the arc of his love life where he dates Wonder Woman in the universe, but then eventually, in the death of Superman, he eventually moves on to Lois. And that's the whole plot point of the Death of the Superman. And he really shines in Death of the Superman because he has that compassion as Superman. When the best scene in that movie is where he helps the kid get his video game back before finishing off Doomsday, and he's willing to sacrifice himself. That's literally what he does. He sacrifices himself to literally kill Doomsday. But he eventually goes through the arc in the Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Spoilers, he gets captured by Darkseid, unfortunately, and is tortured, and he feels grief for having to lose all his teammates in a failed mission to stop Darkseid, but eventually he overcomes it. He has his final goodbye to Lois, and he's able to smash right through Darkseid. And he basically becomes full Superman at that point. He gets away with his kryptonite poisoning, and he also gets possessed by Trigon, which was interesting. He's been possessed by him twice. So, yeah, this Superman can take a punch. So, and his relationship with Batman's pretty good. They learn to trust each other and be friends. So, yeah, I like this Superman a lot. So, but the next one is Lego Superman, played by Travis Willingham. So, his voice as Superman is really good. Like, you have that Superman voice. Like, I don't know why, but he has that certain charm with his voice. And this is the first Lego game where you get to play as Superman, and it's the first time you get to fly as Superman. And, like, you can go into an open world and fly. Sure, we had other flying characters in the Lego games, but this is, like, the peak of flying characters. And some people had issues with the flying mechanics, but we're here to talk about the Superman character in this. This Superman's a lot of fun, even though it's meant to advertise the Lego sets, but that's what Lego does. But this Superman is really well with Troy Baker's Batman. Like, you feel their chemistry of the world's finest. Like, he has that charm with his Superman voice, and he's really fun to play as in the Lego Batman games, even in the third one, and super villains. Like, you just know this is Superman. The Lego Superman. There's been multiple Lego Supermans, like in the DC animated movies of Superman. That one's kind of dumb. That's a weird nitpick I have with those movies. But this Superman just nails it out of the park, in my opinion. But as for number 2, is going to be a recent incarnation of Superman. We got My Adventures of Superman, an anime-inspired Superman show that has come out, and I really like this Superman. Like, and some people do have issues with this Superman. I don't know why, but like I really like this show. I really want to talk about My Adventures of Superman, but I just haven't made the time to talk about it. But this is my time to talk about it right now. So this Superman is a lot of fun. I like his chemistry with Lois Lane. It is very cute. And I was a bit surprised in the show that he literally reveals he's Superman in season 1. Like, I thought they'd spend the whole series just wondering if he's going to tell Lois he's Superman. But no, it's season 1. And he mainly has to deal with people not trusting Superman because he's a powerful being. And they think he's a threat. And the government literally tries to go after Superman. And then eventually in season 2, spoilers, he encounters Brainiac, and that Brainiac was terrifying looking. And this Superman, I think, does turn evil, but then eventually he's able to break out of the Brainiac control, and he's able to finally take down Brainiac with Kara, and it's really good stuff. It made me want to check out the Superman character a lot more, because I do like Superman. It's just like, I don't think he's my top superhero, in my opinion, because I've always been more of a Batman person, as you can tell on this channel. But this Superman is a lot of fun, and I really hope we get a lot more of him in My Adventures of Superman Season 3. Whatever they're going to do with it, I'm going to look forward to it. So, but number 1, it's very obvious. It's the DCAU Superman, played by Tim Daly, and then eventually, because Tim Daly was too busy, eventually moved on to George Newbern to play Superman. So this Superman is easily the best incarnation of Superman. When I think of Superman's voice, I think of this Superman. Like, he's got the everything you want in Superman, like his compassion. I know I keep saying that, but he's got the compassion. He's got the love to protect Metropolis. He's got the seriousness in his Superman voice. Like, he can also crack a few jokes here and there as is Clark Kent. You are convinced this is Clark Kent. I never really talked about Clark Kent in these incarnations of Superman, but you feel like this is a modern Superman for kids to enjoy. He goes through a lot, especially like later in the Superman animated series, where, spoilers, he gets taken over by Darkseid, and he has to convince people that he's still a good guy at the end of the day, and he does make his final stance against Darkseid in an epic finale. That one was super good. And then eventually he's in Justice League, and he eventually learns to lead the Justice League, and you definitely feel it in that version of Superman. And eventually we do see him in Batman Beyond, and he gets possessed by Starro, and he gets it off eventually with the help of Batman Beyond. And eventually Superman just moves on to be the leader of the Justice League Unlimited. And it's cool that Superman was able to live this long because of his Superman abilities. He's basically a 40-year-old Superman, despite him probably being years old, all the way from Superman the Animated Series to Batman Beyond. So this Superman's definitely iconic. He's done a lot of heroic things, and especially his relationship with Lois. Like, I love that version of Lois as well. But yeah. So I've gone over my top 5 Superman. As for honorable mentions, I don't think I really have any. I don't know. There's not really any other incarnations of Superman I like. Most of them are similar to the DCAU one. It's from like various animated movies. Maybe like the Justice League Doom one. That one was pretty good. But we also saw the Arkham versus Superman. That one was done dirty. Then it's revealed, spoilers, it's a clone. But overall, Superman is definitely an iconic character for every generation. Even if you don't like superheroes, Superman is definitely the top character you think about when you think of superheroes. So next we'll maybe do Wonder Woman, and we'll maybe do the whole Justice League of like top 5 animated versions of them. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you